And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry from the campus of Mountain Ridge High School in Glendale, Arizona. Again, 2025 Arizona Youth Football League action. Game 1, Team Impact beat the Raiders in a 10 and under game, 37-0. This ball game is 8th grade / 14 and under. It is Ridge Junior Mountain Lions against the 8th grade West Valley Bolts. So the Bolts in the white, and then Mountain Ridge. Mentioned they look a little bit like Texas A&M and that maroon, but they will get the ball first. So putting it on the tee will be Beckett Johnson for the West Valley Bolts. They are just 1-6 under head coach Vonnie Davis. Bolts are kind of a feeder program for Valley Vista out on the west side. Mountain Ridge High School at about 67th Avenue north of 101, and the kickoff is drilled and picked up around the 20-yard line. This ball is picked up and breaking to the outside over the 40, and getting to the outside this time is Ben Rich. Finally shoved out of bounds. They're going to mark him down right around the 30-yard line. So that's a penalty marker is back around the 40-yard line, so most likely this one is coming back, but Ben Rich returning that ball roughly 45 yards, but the penalty marker is back at the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it back from there. It'll be holding. So Mountain Ridge, rather than having the ball at the 30 of the Bolts, they will set up shop first down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. A.P. Parker is the quarterback for Ridge Junior Mountain Lions at 5-2. Head coach Mike Tollefson. So the Mountain Lions go to work first down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Man goes in motion towards the near side, and a handoff misdirection play inside, and going to be a loss of about a yard. So they hand it off inside that time to Grant Palmer. Palmer getting the carry and not even getting back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down 11 for Mountain Ridge. Back of their own 29-yard line. Just underway. Mountain Ridge got the ball first. The 8th grade / 14 under ball team. A.P. Austin Parker is the quarterback. On second down and 11, he'll go out of the shotgun with 5 receivers. Quick toss here near side. It's complete to Quinn. Quinn breaks a couple of tackles. The ball pops loose, and it appears the Bolts have picked it up, and it's recovered by Treat and Don. So a costly turnover for the Mountain Lions on their second play from scrimmage. And the Bolts, who are just 1-6 on the season, will go to work first down and 10 at the 39-yard line of the Mountain Lions. Game 1 again was won 37-0 by Team Impact over the Raiders of Arizona, a 10 and under ball game. And right now, the Bolts with good field position behind quarterback Beckett Johnson. They will run a couple of running backs, also Drayden Decker. Decker 14, Johnson 15. Decker, a big guy wearing number 14. Amazing how big some of these kids get, the 8th grade level. Bolts first down and 10 at the Mountain Lions 39-yard line. Decker out of the shotgun, going to take it himself, going right. Gets to the outside, takes on a couple of defenders, and ridden down on the far side by Gonzalez, but not until he picks up about 7 yards. Drayden Decker, number 14, is a load to take down, and he went around to the right side and picked up about 6 yards. The ball game after this at 1 p.m., it's 12 and under. Ridge Junior Mountain Lions against the Gilbert Lightning. So Decker picked up 6 yards, 2nd down and 4. Volts at the 33-yard line of the Mt.Lions after recovering the fumble. Handoff going left this time and nothing doing. A big-time tackle for Mountain Ridge by Johnny Quinn Jr. Zedekiah Gardner getting the carry that time, but not much doing for Gardner. Is a great tackle by Quinn. A little bit easier in this ball game to see the numbers. It was quite a task in the last game, but in the maroon uniforms, the Mountain Lions, and the white are the West Valley Bolts. A loss of 3, 3rd down and 8. Bolts the 37 of Mountain Lions. Decker tosses near side, and that ball is picked off by the Mountain Lions. That is picked off by Chang. I want to double check that number. It is 56. Makani Chang coming up now. The turnovers at 1 apiece. So Chang coming up and getting right in front of the receiver and picking that off, and the turnovers are at 1 apiece. No score of the second possession for the Mountain Lions. About 6 minutes into the first quarter. 1st down and 10, a handoff inside. And a big tackle after a gain of maybe about a yard at best by Mason Becker. So Becker, a good tackle on Rich. No score as Austin Parker, the quarterback number 1 for the Mountain Lions, checks in with the play. The quarterbacks at this level get a lot of exercise going and back and forth with the play calls. Ben Rich, 22, now splits out to the left side, and 2nd down and 10 for Mountain Lions from their own 40-yard line. Empty backfield, out of the shotgun, 5 receivers. AP looks to throw, has pressure, being harassed. To look like holding on the play, and AP running for his life and simply throws it away on the far side, and it sure looked like holding against the Mountain Lions. AP Parker was really getting pressured that time. Jaden Ray, 71 for the Bolts. Some big-time pressure. Had holding not been called on that one, it would have been a shocker. So turnovers, 1 apiece. And we're early in the ball game. Now let's see where they spot that ball. It's going to be spotted back at the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 20 for the Mountain Lions back at their own 30. This play is whistled dead before Parker can get it going. The rest, we have the same referees, is that correct? They did a tremendous, the best refs we've had in ages, really being very definitive with their calls, and we were able to hear it also. So that was offsides against the Bolts. Well, they changed that. It's a legal motion against the Mountain Lions. It'll be 2nd down and 25 for the Mountain Lions back at their own 25-yard line. So backing up just a little bit. Austin Parker out of the shotgun with 4 receivers. Rolls to his right, being chased, and a tremendous catch here in the flat, and racing forward, Johnny Quinn Jr. What a catch by Quinn. And he got it all the way back out to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 20. So Quinn making a great catch, fingertip catch here on the near side, and picked up 20, making it a manageable 3rd down and 5 for the Mt.Lions from their own 45. Guessing about 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. No score, both teams with 1 turnover each. Man in motion as Parker goes to his right. Thought about taking it himself, but he stepped out of bounds before Treaton Don was going to get after him. It's going to be a loss of 2. So 4th down and 7 for the Mt.Lions from their own 43. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Later on, supposed to get to 83, but very nice out. Mt.Lions with their second possession, facing 4th down and 7 from their own 43-yard line. They need to get to midfield for a first down. Empty backfield, 5 receiver set for A.P. Parker. Parker now looks like he might try to punt it away, as back to block is Ben Rich. And he does punt it away, and it's a beauty. And that ball pops loose down at the 25-yard line. But it's a 32-yard punt, and that was a piece of beauty. At this stage, or at 14 under, it's a little bit different, but still, you're not going to stand back 15 yards. You generally don't have a long snapper that can, this level, that can snap it back 13 or 15 yards to do an official type of punt. But that worked to perfection, and a punt of 32 yards. Low line drive by A.P. Parker. Second possession for the Bolts. 1st down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Drayden Decker out of the shotgun. They hand off going right as Gardner getting to the outside, and he's swung down on the far side close to the first down marker, taken out by Cameron Gonzalez. So if you'd call it a little bit of a feeling out process early on, both teams with turnovers, an interception for the Bolts, and the Mt.Lions with a fumble. That was a 10-yard gain. Bar Gardner moved the chains. 1st down and 10 for the Bolts from their own 36-yard line. Drayden Decker out of the shotgun, going to take it, call his own number, going to his right. He is a big quarterback and takes on a defender on the far side, close to the first down marker. Hit on the far side by Peary. Drayden Decker is a big customer, number 14, quarterback for the Bolts. He picked up 9. It'll be 2nd down and about a yard for the Bolts from their own 45-yard line. No score nearing the end of the opening quarter. It's 8th grade / 14 and under action. West Valley Bolts in the white. Maroon is Mountain Ridge. That play didn't get off the ground, but the guy's Decker's size, you thought he might have gotten it, but taken down by Fine Weissa. They put a stop on Decker. As big as he is, he ran into a pile of people for Mountain Ridge. A loss of a yard and a play that really didn't get off from the get-go. 3rd down and 2 for the Bolts from their own 44-yard line. No score. Closing moments of this opening quarter. Both teams each with a turnover. 3rd down and 2. Decker going to take it himself, and he is hit in the backfield. Hit in the backfield, and a huge hit for Mountain Ridge that time, and it was Bodie Walker. So Mountain Ridge coming up big. Bodie Walker on that play, and a loss of 5. So on 4th down and 7, the Bolts have to decide, well, if they've got the wherewithal to punt it away. I believe that they will go for it. Mountain Ridge punted it the last time and did a great job getting a 32-yard punt. 4th down and 7. Decker out of the shotgun. The left-hander slings it here to the near side, and it was penalty marker goes on the field, and a little bit too high that time here on the near side for Alexander Ivester. Not sure what the penalty is here on the near side, the 38-yard line. Goes against the Bolts, and that'll be declined, and Mountain Ridge will take over 1st down and 10. Good field position right around the 38-yard line of the Bolts. So A.P. Parker is the quarterback. Ben Rich, 22, the running back. Isaac Hege checks in, 77 on the line. No score, closing moments of this opening quarter. 1st down and 10 for Mountain Ridge of the 38 of the Bolts. They hand off to Ridge. Going left, and he is tied up, driven back at the line of scrimmage. Isaac Bravo. Good job on that one. That is the end of the opening quarter, so we'll take a break in the action. No score after one quarter as a feeling out process between two teams, Mountain Ridge and the Bolts of the West Valley. Mountain Ridge 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line of the Bolts as we start the second quarter. No score. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. That's illegal motion against Mountain Ridge. No score. Both teams with a pair, or I should say one turnover apiece. So AP Austin Parker at the controls for Mountain Ridge. Austin Parker, his name, just like your JL. 2nd and 15. Parker rolls to his right. He's going to take off himself, gets around the corner, and picks up about 7 to the far side. DC would be Dave Concepcion, right?
Well, I thought AP was like his initials. I wasn't listening.
Oh. What are some famous people with initials that are, when you're thinking for it, you can't think of it?
Your trainer is
BF.
BF, yeah.
A gain of 7 for Parker around the right side. It's 3rd down and 8. Mountain Ridge at the Bolts 36-yard line. Parker out of the shotgun. Quick toss here to the near side. It's complete with blockers. Racing forward, darting and dashing and picking up the 1st down. That time is Johnny Quinn Jr. A pickup of 17 and the quick pass to Quinn here on the near side, and he gets some good blocking ahead of him. It's fun to watch at this level how good these kids have become. You know, they're just a step away from high school, but Awfully good. No score, early stages of the second quarter, and Mountain Ridge knocking on the door. First down and 10. The handoff to Ridge, going right, picks his way back and slung down. The ball pops loose. And it's recovered by Mountain Ridge once again. Recovered by Azyfl. That would have been the second turnover. Both teams have turned it over twice. In fact, Mountain Ridge had a fumble in the first possession. Turnovers will kill you. It was a gain of 3, second down and 7. Empty backfield, 5 receivers as Parker goes out of the shotgun. He looks to throw. Guns at right side. It is complete. The far side, close to the first down marker that time, is Talmadge. So Talmadge close to the first down marker, down around the 10-yard line. And that's going to be just enough for a first. Well, let's see. I guess when it's first down and goal, they're not going to move the one chain down, but it was a 7-yard pickup on the quick toss to the right side. Mountain Ridge trying to break this scoreless tie here. About 3 or 4 minutes into the second quarter, no score. First down and goal for Mountain Ridge at the 10-yard line of the Bolts. Parker out of the shotgun, flanked by running backs. The handoff inside is Rich. He bounces it to the outside and a race towards the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Ben Rich with a 10-yard run around the left side, and it's 6-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge about 4 minutes into the second quarter. So Ben Rich around the right side, and right now it's 6-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. So they will try the extra point. It'll be Austin Parker, the quarterback. And kicking it at this level, it is a 2-point conversion. That snap was in the dirt, and Parker got it up, and he lined it through. What a job there getting it down. The holder was Brooke Jensen. So a great job combining on that whole thing. It was hard to believe that Parker got it through and Jensen was holding. And he got it down. Beg your pardon? So a replay for Rich going around the left side. He really bulldozed his way in. So the scoreless tie has been broken. It is 8-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. About 4 minutes into the second quarter. So A.P. Parker will kick off for Mountain Ridge as they lead it 8-0. About 4 minutes into this second quarter. Beckett Johnson, 15, is back deep on the far side, and Trey Lockett on the near side. So Johnson kicks it off, and it's a knuckleball. Fielded at the 15-yard line by Beckett, and he's taken down. A great special teams tackle by Johnny Quinn Jr. So Beckett taken down after a return of maybe 6 yards. So Quinn, some great special teams on the tackle there. Return of just 7. So a good ball game here about 4 minutes into the second quarter. 8-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. The 10-yard touchdown run by Rich. Each team has had a turnover each. And the West Valley Bolts go to work first down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Big Drayden Decker, the left-handed quarterback, out of the shotgun and first down and 10. Bobbles it for a second, unloads it, fires it deep down the near side, and had a man that was open for a second, Trey Lockett, but some pretty good coverage over here by Peary. Some good-looking uniforms out there. Mountain Ridge has got some nice-looking ones. The first game of the day was a 10-and-under matchup. And Team Impact beat the Raiders AZ 37-0. Second down and 10 for the Bolts from their own 32-yard line after that incomplete pass. Decker out of the shotgun, a handoff inside, but nothing doing. Some big-time defense inside, and Bodie Walker amongst those in on the stop. Gardner got the carry for West Valley. It was a loss of 2. Third down and 12 for the Bolts, back of their own 30. They need their own 42 for a first down. They trail it 8-0 midway through the second quarter. Drayden Decker out of the shotgun. He will look to throw, fires deep down the left side, and that was complete, but I believe the man was out of bounds on the far side. A penalty marker on the play. Isaiah Bravo was down there. Check that I should say Mason Becker. Penalty right around the 49-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Referees deciding what to call. Drayden Decker throws a very nice ball. And a big guy, kind of a sidearm. The referees have been very good today. Very distinctive and able to hear them. Pass interference against Mountain Ridge. So we'll see where they spot this ball. It's a 15-yard penalty, not unlike the pros where they mark it right where it's at. First down and 10 for the Bolts from their own 45. They trail at 8-0, 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Decker going to call his own number, going to his right. Penalty marker comes in, and he is laid out on a big play by Cameron Gonzalez. But a penalty marker comes in. Yeah, I can't say enough about the refs, how good they've been. It's like having pros out there. I'm sure they're being paid, so they are professional. But they're, from what we in the past, we've had some that haven't been quite this good. These are the best. So that was holding against the Bolts. It'll be second down and 14, but it was declined due to the fact that it was a good play on defense by Mountain Ridge. Second down and 14, Bolts in their own 41-yard line. Handoff to handoff to Gardner going left, and he's upended again. Makani Chang with a big-time tackle and a penalty marker thrown in again. Personal foul face mask against the offense. That'll be declined. It is 8-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge on the 10-yard touchdown run by Rich. The 2-point conversion was kicked. Good by A.P. Parker. The Bolts facing a 3rd down and 16 from their own 39. They need the opposite 45 for a first down. Gardner's the running back, lines up to the right of Drayden Decker, the quarterback. Decker throws with a man in his face. It is complete. Racing forward, almost close to Ivester, close to the first down marker. Tackled by Linebarger. Mountain Ridge. They needed 16 and they picked up 12. It'll be 4th down and 4. More manageable 4th down for the Bolts.
Go defense!
It is 8-0 Mountain Ridge on the 10-yard touchdown run by Rich. Couple minutes before halftime. No scoreboard clock, so we're just estimating. 4th down and 4 for the Bolts at the 49-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Decker out of the shotgun. Rolls to his left, going to call his own number, and he's not going to get it. So again, that initial hit, a couple of guys in on that one. Cameron Gonzalez, well as Chang. Kind of surprised that Decker wasn't able to pick it up, but good defense by Mountain Ridge. On downs, Mountain Ridge takes over 1st and 10 from their own 48. They lead it 8-0, does Mountain Ridge, on the 10-yard touchdown run by Rich. 1st down and 10, Mountain Ridge from their own 48. Quick toss here to the near side and dropped on the play by Talmadge, who probably trying to start to run before he had possession of it. Mountain Ridge 5-2, coached by Mike Tollefson. Thanks also to Angela Rosenloff for all the rosters. Game 3 at 1 p.m. 12 and under Ridge Junior Mountain Lions against 12 and under Gilbert Lightning. Rich is the running back. The quarterback is Parker out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 10. And comes in motion on the near side. They pitch it. This is Linebarger around the left side, picking up blockers, cuts it back. Finally ridden down and taken out of bounds inside the 25. Tackled by Julian Marin. A 28-yard pickup on that end around to Linebarger. Some good blocking around that left side also. Just before halftime, and Mountain Ridge trying to add to a 8-0 lead. 1st down and 10. Ball at the 23 of the Bolts. Empty backfield. Parker out of the shotgun. Tosses it far side. It is complete. Down to the 10-yard line, and a pickup on the play of 15. So a nice completion the far side to Jacob Kalous. And a timeout is called just before halftime with Mountain Ridge leading 8-0. They can get a first down without actually scoring. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Mountain Lions at the 11-yard line of the Bolts. Bolts just 1-6 on the season, but they look a pretty tough team. Jeff, there's one of those drones out there. Those things are spooky, aren't they? They look like something off of Star Trek. So Mountain Ridge leading 8-0 on the 10-yard touchdown run by Ben Rich. And trying to extend that lead, which is 8-0 just before halftime here. They have it 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line of the Bolts. Rich is the running back. Parker out of the shotgun. Quick toss here to the near side. It's complete, and picking up a block that time. Talmadge makes the catch. And taken down immediately by Azyfl. A loss of 2 on the play. It looked like at first that something was going to happen on that, but good defense by the Bolts. Second down and 12 for Mountain Ridge at the 13-yard line of the Bolts. Parker out of the shotgun. Rolls to his left. Better decide what he's going to do. He throws it. Incomplete here to the near side, but he was close to being over the line of scrimmage. So the Bolts trying to squash. So there was a penalty call. I didn't happen to hear what it exactly was. It's going to be marked back. He may have thrown that ball over the line of scrimmage. Nevertheless, it's going to be 2nd down and 20 for Mountain Ridge at the 21-yard line of the Bolts. Mountain Ridge trying to add to a 8-0 lead here moments before halftime. Empty backfield. Parker out of the shotgun. Throws over the middle into traffic. And it's complete down to the 12-yard line. In traffic was Johnny Quinn Jr. making a nice catch before he was sandwiched. Mountain Ridge calls a timeout on 3rd down and 12. Ball at the 13-yard line of the Bolts. The first ball game was a 37-0 blowout by 10 and under Team Impact over the Raiders AZ. The 1 p.m. ball game is a 12 and under Mountain Ridge Junior Mountain Lions versus 12 and under Gilbert Lightning. Here it is 8-0 Mountain Ridge on the 10-yard touchdown run by Ben Rich. Moments before halftime here, and Mountain Ridge trying to add to that 8-0 lead. 3rd down and 12. A handoff going left this time. And pounding his way close to the end zone that time was Bodie Walker.
Hey, good run, Bodie.
So Bodie Walker checking in at running back, took it around the left side, and he just about got in. He didn't quite get the first down. It's going to be 4th down and maybe a yard. Ball resting at the 2-yard line of the Bolts. So Bodie Walker remains in the ball game.
Here we go.
Bodie Walker as well as Ben Rich are the running backs on 4th down and inches. Direct snap to Rich. Stiff arms a man. Takes on a couple of defenders, and he's down to the 1-yard line. They're going to say he's down to the 1. They may say that it was a fumble.
It's a first down. Yeah! Look at your feet.
It is enough for a first down. It was Phoenix Talibus coming away with that ball, but nevertheless, it is a first down and goal inside the 1-yard line for Mountain Ridge. Closing moments of this first half. Mountain Ridge with their final timeout. They lead it 8-0 on the 10-yard touchdown run by Rich. The 2-point conversion kick was good by Parker. They're going to try to pound it in here just before halftime. They're out of timeouts, meaning the Mountain Lions. Guessing less than a minute remaining in the half. So first down and goal for Mountain Ridge inside the 1-yard line of the Bolts. Parker goes out of the shotgun. Rich lines up to his right in the backfield. First down and goal inside the 1. Johnson takes it inside and not quite going to get in. They're going to have to hurry. Second down and goal. Ken Johnson goes to the outside, and this time he waltzes in for the touchdown. A.P. Parker gets the touchdown for Mountain Ridge. A 1-yard touchdown run by Parker, and Mountain Ridge leading it by a score of 14-0. Parker made the last extra point. And on the last time, Brooks Jensen, the holder, really saved the day. It was a low snap. The 2-point conversion, that snap is in the dirt again. They pitch it to A.P. Parker, and this ball is going to be whistled dead. They can't return it. It's picked up by Treat and Dawn. So the score remains 14-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge just before halftime. So the first extra point try, Brooks Jensen bailed him out on a low snap. That one was a low snap, but they couldn't do anything about it. So just before halftime, Mountain Ridge leading West Valley Bolts 14-0. Becca Johnson is back deep. Number 15. Well as Gardner to return this kick of Parker. I should say it's Trey Lockett that is back deep. Number 6 as well as Johnson, 15. Parker will kick off for Mountain Ridge. That's a line drive picked up from the 20-yard line by Johnson. Tries to get to the outside, and he's taken down after just a 4-yard return. Several members of that defensive line led by Braxton Arana. Closing moments of this first half. West Valley Bolts will get the ball to start the second half. It is 14-0 Mountain Ridge just before halftime here. A 10-yard touchdown run by Ben Rich, and then the 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback A.P. Parker. Bolts first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Decker out out of the, well, check that. Decker is checked out, and this thrown up for grabs and nearly intercepted, but knocked away by Peary. Beckett Johnson now in at quarterback, and he is down as he was hammered as he unloaded that pass, and he appears to be hurt pretty bad. That was the first play that Beckett Johnson came in as quarterback. It had been Drayden Decker the whole time. And I think we might want to take a break in the action as Beckett Johnson hurt pretty bad as he unloaded that. Well, now he's getting up. Well, so Beckett Johnson gets to his feet, but he's going to have to come off. He was hammered pretty good as he unloaded that ball. Closing moments of this first half. It is 14-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge on the 10-yard touchdown run by Rich and the 1-yard touchdown run by Parker. The Bolts do get the ball to start the second half, so they might want to be conservative here deep down in their own territory in the closing moments of the first half. Bolts facing a 2nd down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Drayden Decker back in at quarterback, and Gardner lines up to his right in the backfield. On 2nd down and 10 with the Bolts from their own 25. The Decker back in at quarterback, and that ball pops loose.
That's it for Nate.
It appears that the Bolts recovered it. It was Gardner who got it. And that is the end of the first half. So the end of the first half with Mountain Ridge leading 14-0. Take a break in the action, back about 10 minutes. And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry after our halftime break here at Mountain Ridge High School. It is 14-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge over the West Valley Bolts. It's a 14 and under 8th grade contest. The two scores for Mountain Ridge. Rich had a 10-yard touchdown run, then Parker a 1-yard touchdown run. They did get one of the two-point conversions on a kick by Parker. So Parker will kick off for Mountain Ridge. And for the Bolts, back deep is Lockett as well as Johnson. This is to the near side. He better get on top of it, and Lockett did hop on it about the 29-yard line, but right there, making sure he was down, was Ben Rich. So a well-placed kick by A.P. Parker, who doubles as the quarterback. The head coach, Mike Tollefson, is assisted by Mark Jensen, Mike Hockenberry, Trey Hickam, Rick Holly, Dylan Friedel, Braden Caldwell, Alex Costa, Max Olson, Wyatt Tollefson. Thanks to Angela Rosenloff for the rosters. Great job with those. So the Bolts, let's see what they can do. Beckett Johnson comes out at quarterback as he came in his only play at quarterback at the end of the first half. He was drilled and knocked out of the ball game. First down and 10, he rolls to his right, and a quick toss to the near side is complete for a short gain to Trey Lockett. So Drayden Decker, the left-hander, the big quarterback, he had played the majority of the first half for the Bolts, and then Beckett Johnson, who has come in now, played one play the end of that first half, and when he unloaded a pass, was really hit hard and had to come out, but he's back in there now. That was a pickup of 5 on the quick toss to the near side to the wide receiver Trey Lockett. Second down and 5 for Beckett Johnson, who's now at the controls. Gardner to his right with 3 receivers. Johnson out of the shotgun, rolls to his left, throws with a man in his face. It's complete to the far side, and right enough for a first down. Ivester picks up the first down. A gain of 6. Again, some good pressure coming in for Mountain Ridge. It was Fine Visa came in and harassed the quarterback Johnson, but he unloaded it just enough for a first down, moved the chains. Gain of 6, first and 10. Bolts from their own 42-yard line. Early stages of the second half, it is 14-0 Mountain Ridge. Mountain Ridge in the maroon and the white are the West Valley Bolts. A low snap. Johnson races to his left, had a little bit of running room, maybe picked up 2 at best, chased out by Isaac Hege. Game 1 was a blowout, 37-0, a 10 and under matchup between Team Impact. They won the ball game over the Raiders AZ. Johnson picked up 3 around the left side, so he's going to get more of an opportunity in the second half as Drayden Decker, the left-hander, quarterbacked the majority of the first half for the Bolts. Second down and 7 for the Bolts from their own 45-yard line. Johnson out of the shotgun, tosses here near side. It is complete to Ivester, and he is double teamed and smacked on the play that time by Jarrell Gonzalez. It was a hard hit by Gonzalez wearing 45. A pickup of a couple. It is third down and 4 for the Bolts from their own 48. The West Valley Bolts, a feeder school for Valley Vista. The first down marker is the 48 of Mountain Ridge. Play fake. Johnson tosses, and Ivester not able to get it, and some good coverage by Johnny Quinn Jr. A nice breeze out here now. It's really nice weather, temperature closing in on 80, but pleasant conditions. It is fourth down and 4 now for the Bolts from their own 48-yard line. They trail at 14-0 here First possession of the third quarter. Julian Marin is the running back, lines up to the left of Johnson, who goes out of the shotgun. Johnson going to take it himself, being chased. Tries to get to the outside. He's not going to get it. It was almost, I wouldn't call it a late hit on the far side, but some good, tough defense on that far side, led by Makani Chang. So Mountain Ridge comes up big on defense, and they take over 1st and 10 on downs, the 47-yard line of the Bolts. The Bolts had it moving a little bit, but the Mountain Ridge defense came up big. 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, it is 14-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. Empty backfield as A.P. Parker goes out of the shotgun. Ball at the 47 of the Bolts. Parker being chased now out of the pocket. Rolls, throws on the run here to the near side. It's complete. Racing down the near sideline, going for the touchdown is Johnny Quinn Jr. as he shook a tackle here on the near side. That goes for 47 yards. No penalty markers on the play. And it's now 20-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge on the 47-yard line. 47-yard pass to Quinn. Johnny Quinn Jr. has had a great ball game, and now with Jensen to hold, A.P. Parker, who's 1 for 2 in extra points, will try the extra point. The issue has been the snap. That is a high snap, and that did not come off. It's just ugly, to say the least. It could end up getting somebody hurt. That's the biggest issue is, it's hard to find somebody, whatever level, that's going to be a good long snapper. So it is 20-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. You can have a long career in the NFL as a long snapper if you can perfect that. There are camps for that type of thing even now, and believe it or not, long snapper for the Detroit Lions now used to go to Pinnacle, and then Sawara, one of the Hatton brothers. Remember those twins? Hogan Hatton and Hayden Hatton. I don't remember if it's Hogan, the one that is the long snapper for Detroit. And he hadn't planned on becoming a long snapper, but they were teammates of Spencer Rattler all the way going up at the Pinnacle, and then they transferred to Saguaro. But I believe it's Hogan Hatton that is the, he's making a living with the Detroit as a long snapper. He hadn't intended to do it, but he honed the craft. Parker to kick off. High driving, good position kick. Johnson picks it up at the 13-yard line and races up the far sideline. He's going to be marked out of bounds on the far side. See where they mark him out. Nice kick by Johnson, well positioned. Or I should say by A.P. Parker. Johnson picked it up on the far side and returned it 19 yards. So A.P. Parker, the quarterback and kicker for Mountain Ridge, a well-placed kickoff. So 20-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. About 5 minutes in here in the third quarter. 4 10-minute quarters in this level of ball. Beckett Johnson at quarterback for the Bolts on 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. He will look to throw. Steps up, fires here to the near side. It's complete to Lockett and shoved down by Peary. Kind of a risky throw. Side-armed it over here to the near side and should be just enough for a first down. So the Bolts trying to get something going. They trail it 20-0 here midway through the third quarter. The opposing teams in both ball games haven't scored at all. Game one, it was 37-0 team impact over the Raiders AZ in a 10-and-under matchup. First down and 10. Johnson out of the shotgun. A handoff straight ahead is Marin. Guarding and dashing a couple of tackles, taken down by Jacob Kalous. Kalous, also Cameron Gonzalez in there. Jarrell Gonzalez, 45 in the middle. A gain of 9, 2nd down and 1 for the Bolts over midfield. Johnson goes to his left. Going to take off, call his own number, and he's got running room down the left sideline. Has the 1st down and more. Depends on where they mark him out. It's going to be a 15, well, let's see. Going to be a 21-yard pickup. Marked him out at the 27-yard line. So Beckett Johnson showing some wheels on that one. That's why they've got him back on kick returns. 1st and 10 for the Bolts at the 27-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Johnson out of the shotgun. Has pressure, running for his life, and taken down here on the near side at the 32-yard line. Going to be a loss of 5. Cameron Gonzalez hit him first. Jacob Kalous also in the vicinity, 35. It is 20-0 Mountain Ridge here. About 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. Second down and 15 for the Bolts at the 32-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Julian Marin is the running back. Beckett Johnson out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Handoff to Marin inside. Breaking tackles, and first man to get his hands on him was Jarrell Gonzalez. A big assist by Lucas Linebarger. He checks out. Checking in Isaac Higgy. So he picks up 5 on that. It's definitely 4-down territory. It's 3rd down and 10. Bolts at the 27-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Mountain Ridge sitting pretty with a 20-0 lead here, closing towards the end of the 3rd quarter. Marr on the running back, and Johnson out of the shotgun. Rolls to his left. Penalty marker comes in. He throws into traffic. Receiver fell down. The closest to that ball was Jacob Kalous, the defender. Can't say enough about these refs, how good they are. Past, there's been some that have not been quite as decisive. These guys are very good. That was holding against the offense. It was declined, setting up a 4th down and 10 for the Bolts from the 27 of Mountain Ridge. They need the, not the 18 for a 1st down. Julian Marr, the running back. Marin lines up to the, a little bit behind Beckett Johnson with 3 receivers on 4th and 10. Johnson throws on the run. It is complete inside, and Lockett makes the catch and sneaks forward, and I believe he got the 1st down. A well-timed pass inside to Lockett, and Lockett made a nice little run after he caught that ball. And a pickup on the play of 13. They needed 10. Big 4th down conversion for the Bolts. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 for the Bolts at the 14-yard line of the Mountain Lions. Marr on the running back with 4 receivers. Johnson out of the shotgun. A low snap. Johnson picks it up, running for his life, and kind of threw it away. It was intended for Lyndon Julian, but it goes incomplete, so the Bolts avoid disaster on that one. Could have been a big loss on that play. It is 20-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. Couple of touchdown runs, one by Rich of 10 yards, 1 yard run by the quarterback Parker, and then a 47-yard touchdown pass Parker to Quinn. They're 1 out of 3 in kicking extra points, which count for 2 points. So 20-0 Mountain Ridge, nearing the end of the third quarter, 2nd down and 10. Bolts the handoff to Marin inside and keeps the legs churning, but was not going to pick up that first down. And Ben Rich, who scored the first touchdown for Mountain Ridge, showing some strength on that to bring the running back Marin down. Marin was lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Checking in for Mountain Ridge, Lucas Linebarger. Checking out Fine Visa. 3rd down and 10 for the Bolts. The 14-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Johnson rolls to his left. He ran into the running back. He's in trouble, and down he goes. A huge hit. Again, that was Ben Rich. And that's the second time in the ball game that Beckett Johnson has been laid out. Oh, boy. It was a legitimate hit. There was, from what I saw, the play really didn't get off the ground very well, but that is the second time that Beckett has really gotten his lunch today.
Well, I think he was falling backwards, and then the full brunt of that hit
Okay.
and landing on him. So it's like he's going to be all right.
He's talking about getting your bell rung. He had his bell rung at the end of the first quarter, so now he's going to leave the ball game. Shaking his head over there. I don't know if he'll be back in today, as Drayden Decker, the big left-hander, will come in. And Johnson has taken a couple of really big hits. That one he's going to feel it tomorrow. He's feeling it today also. Ooh. Closing in on the end of the third quarter. It is 20-0 Mountain Ridge, nearing the end of the third quarter, and big Drayden Decker in at quarterback now on 4th down and 10 for the Bolts at the 14-yard line of Mountain Ridge. They need to get inside the 5 for the first down. Decker will look to throw, fires across the middle into traffic, and lucky that one didn't get intercepted. It was Johnny Quinn Jr. that nearly picked it off, and on downs, that will go over to Mountain Ridge. So Mountain Ridge preserving their shutout with some good defense. Beckett Johnson is still under the tent on the far side. He really took a hit. He's taken 2 big ones today, so hopefully he's going to be okay. Mountain Ridge takes over 1st down and 10 back at their own 14-yard line. A.P. Parker hands off inside, not much doing, a loss of about 3 on the play. The handoff inside that time was to Grant Palmer. He checks out. Checking in is Bodie Walker. A loss of 3 on the play. Xander Burks, amongst others, on that defensive line. Coming in, Jaden Ray, 71. That is the end of the third quarter, with Mountain Ridge leading the West Valley Bolts by a score of 20-0. Back momentarily. And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry. Quick toss to Quinn here on the near side. He has all sorts of running room, but breaks a couple of tackles, stays on his feet. Can anybody bring him down? And finally, wrestled down by Treat and Don. The line of scrimmage was the 11-yard line, and they're going to mark Quinn all the way out at the 40, a 29-yard run, and he did the majority of that on his own after he made that catch. Johnny Quinn Jr., who had a 47-yard touchdown reception earlier in the third quarter, is a guy to remember that name. Wearing number 14 for Mountain Ridge. Mountain Ridge leading 20-0 as we start the fourth quarter.
How many catches does this young man have today?
He's had a couple, and he's made some big tackles on defense. Yep. I wonder what the Bolts are upset about. That coach for, I think the head coach, Vonnie Davis, for over to the Bolts went and shook hands with, I believe it's Brooks Jensen, who was lined out and made him look like very tiny, didn't he, from the other side there. First down and 10 for Mountain Ridge from their own 40-yard line. Misdirection play. They hand off to Talmadge going left. Tries to get to the outside, and I believe he's going to have the first. Well, they're going to mark him out of shy. 1 yard shy of the first down. Jamison Talmadge on a little misdirection play and picked up 9. As Mountain Ridge continuing to look towards a shutout here and run that clock here in the fourth quarter. 4 10-minute quarters. A.P. Parker, Austin Parker, the quarterback, brings in the play for Mountain Ridge. Mountain Ridge leading 20-0 here, early stages of the fourth quarter. Second down and 1. Parker out of the shotgun. Talmadge goes in motion. High snap, the handoff to Rich going right. He broke a couple of tackles, and wow. How about a run there, and he picked up 6 yards. Eventually taken down by Julian Marin. Ben Rich had the first touchdown of the day for Mountain Ridge, a 10-yard touchdown run. Then Parker, the quarterback, a 1-yard touchdown run. Then 47-yard touchdown pass, Parker to Quinn, the score in the third quarter. They're 1 out of 3 in kicks on extra points. Those count for 2 points. The 1 o'clock game is a 12 and under game between Mountain Ridge Mt.Lions here against Gilbert Lightning. Game 1 was 37-0, 10 and under team impact against Raiders AZ. Mountain Ridge hurries to the line on first down and 10. Parker out of the shotgun. Handoff inside to Jarrell Gonzalez, and that play didn't get off the ground. Couple of tough defenders inside, led by Phoenix Talibus for West Valley. I think they thought they had something up their sleeve on that time as they hurried to the line, but it didn't work, meaning Mountain Ridge. Loss of 1, second down 11, Mountain Ridge at the 46 of the Bolts. Johnny Quinn Jr. goes in motion, the end around. They pitch at him, trying to get to the outside. Quinn is very dangerous when he gets the ball. He picked up 13 yards to the far side. Eventually taken down by Mason Becker. Quinn is a guy to keep your eye on defense and offense, number 14. Very tough to contain. He had enough for the first down on that and a gain of 12. A.P. Parker, Austin Parker brings in the play. Levi O'Brien, the center, number 55, lines up over the ball. First down and 10. Mountain Ridge at the 35 of the Bolts. A handoff to Rich inside. Breaking tackles, breaks it to the outside. Ridge may go all the way, and he's in for a touchdown. A 35-yard touchdown run by Ben Rich, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and Mountain Ridge leads it by a score of 26-0. Rich took it inside and then cut out to the left, and he's tough to tackle. Brooks Jensen will hold for AP Austin Parker, who is 1 for 3 in extra points. They've had issues with the snaps. That a low snap, but it's on the tee. The kick is up, and it is good. It counts for 2 points. It is 28-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. Probably about 3-4 minutes into the fourth quarter. Both teams that have been on the winning end of these games have shut out the opponent. In game one, it was 37-0 team impact over the Raiders AZ, and in this ball game, the 8th grade Mountain Ridge Mt.Lions shutting out West Valley Bolts 28-0. I can't imagine that Beckett Johnson, the quarterback / return man for the Bolts, would be back in. Let's see. Well, believe it or not, he's in there, Jeff. Back to return. I got to double check that. The way he has gotten hit, he's out there on the far side. He has been hammered when he's been in at quarterback twice. This shows you how, I guess he's pretty tough to say the least. Austin Parker will kick off for the Mountain Lions. Lockett here on the near side to return it. Parker has really kicked the ball well and placed it well. Very good kick to the far side, but that's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be spotted, I imagine, around the 35-yard line. I'm not sure how well. It is kind of breezy outside. We're getting a crosswind in here, but there is some breeze outside. Certainly can't complain about that. Might see a few of the reserves come in now for Mountain Ridge as they lead it 28-0 here in the fourth quarter. Well, Beckett Johnson, who has really taken a couple of huge hits this afternoon, is back in at quarterback. Timeout is called by the West Valley Bolts. Recapping the scoring again for Mountain Ridge. 10-yard touchdown run by Rich. 1-yard touchdown run by Parker. 47-yard touchdown pass to Quinn. A 35-yard touchdown run by Rich, his second of the ball game. 2 out of 4 in extra points, which count for 2 points apiece. Kicked by AP Parker for Mountain Ridge. So after the timeouts, the Bolts will go to work 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line after Parker's kick went out of bounds. Beckett Johnson back in at quarterback after really getting hit hard. He's going to call his own number on the right side. Penalty marker comes in. He picked up about 8 to the far side, but might be in the vicinity of holding. I can't say enough good things about these referees. Been very decisive. We've been able to hear, just like if you had an NFL ref. personal foul against the West Valley Bolts. It'll be from the spot of the foul, 15 yards, so that'll be marked. In fact, 8 yards back from the line of scrimmage because the personal foul happened downfield a little bit. It'll be first down and 18 for the West Valley Bolts, now back at their own 27-yard line. They trail it 28-0 here midway through the fourth quarter. Johnson out of the shotgun. The snap is low. Running for his life. He throws it away as he was being chased by Azyfl. So Beckett Johnson has stayed in the ball game. The majority of the quarterbacking the entire first half was by left-hander Drayden Decker. They brought in Johnson at the end of the first half, and he took a real big hit then, and then maybe not moments ago, but last quarter he really was drilled, but he's back in there. Second down and 18 for the Bolts from their own 27-yard line. Johnson out of the shotgun. Fires deep down the right side. Has a man and overshot Lockett on the far side. Good coverage over there by Cameron Gonzalez, but Johnson showing a nice arm. The game at 1 o'clock is a 12 and under matchup between Mountain Ridge, the junior Mt.Lions, 12 and under Gilbert Lightning. Our score is 28-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge here in the midway through the fourth quarter. Just kind of estimating the time as no clock running scoreboard.
Looking your way, looking your way.
Johnson being chased and throws it away. He was being chased big time by Ben Rich. It'll bring up a fourth down for the Bolts from their own 27. Mountain Ridge with some very good defense. So the Bolts facing a fourth down and 8 from their own 27-yard line. They need their own 45 for a first down. Julian Marin is the running back lining up to the left of Beckett Johnson, who goes out of the shotgun on fourth down and 18. Three receivers. Johnson heaves it deep down the near side. This is kind of up for grabs, and the closest man to that ball was McConnie Chang. Two members were there, Isaiah Bravo and Trey Lockett for the Bolts. A nice throw by Johnson. It goes incomplete. Probably better to let it drop instead. That would have been like a punt. Well, Jeff, it appears that must be the Gilbert Lightning down there, and the powder blue almost looking like the old San Diego Chargers. I don't think I'll ever not call them San Diego. You get used to the names forever. Yeah, they look like the Chargers. First and 10, Mountain Ridge at the 27-yard line of the Bolts. Brand new quarterback is in. They hand off the tailback going left, Bodie Walker. Kellen Cahill, number 2, is now in at quarterback for the Mountain Lions. Comes over and gets some directions. And we've got an injured member of the Bolts. Second down and 9, Mountain Ridge. On the handoff, Bodie Walker gets the carry, and he's taken down inside by Ryan Singleton. So it was Phoenix Talibus who was injured, came out of the ball game for the West Valley Bolts. In fact, the Gilbert Lightning do have the Bolt, it looks like, kind of like San Diego Chargers. They're lined up, getting ready here. They were the Monsoon. Third down and 9, Mountain Ridge at the 26-yard line of the Bolts. Kellen Cahill in at quarterback. He tried to hand it off to Bodie Walker, but a mishandled exchange. He fell on it, did Cahill. Going to be a loss of a couple on the play. It'll be 4th down and 15 for Mountain Ridge at the 32-yard line of the Bolts. It is 28-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. So again, it'll be Mountain Ridge, the second game against the Gilbert Lightning. It'll be 12 under. That's at 1 o'clock. 4th and 15 for the Mountain Lions at the 32-yard line of the Bolts. Cahill out of the shotgun. A quick toss here to the near side to Quinn. Picks up a block. Breaks free. Slips a tackle. Breaks a couple. He's nearly impossible to bring down. A gain of 21 for Johnny Quinn Jr., who has had a tremendous afternoon. At least 5 catches. He's 47-yard touchdown reception for a score. Rich has had a couple of touchdowns for Mountain Ridge. So maybe it's Johnny Quinn Jr. comes to the sideline. Maybe it's time to rest for the rest of the day as this game is about over. Is that the game, or is that a timeout? No running clock, no scoreboard operating here. Timeout is called by Mountain Ridge. They scored first on the first of 2 touchdowns by Rich, a 10-yard run. He later had a 35-yard touchdown run. Quarterback A.P. Parker had a 1-yard touchdown run. Then Quinn, it's a 47-yard touchdown pass from Parker. Kellen Cahill is now in at quarterback for the last few plays, and the Ben Rich back in at running back for Mountain Ridge. First down and 10, Mountain Ridge at the 11 of the Bolts. Cahill hands off to Rich, going left, being chased, but he is impossible to tackle, and he came back in, cut in for his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon, 11 yards by Ben Rich, and it is now a 34-0 ball game in favor of Mountain Ridge. So 3 touchdown runs by Ben Rich, 10, 35, and 11. He's very tough to tackle. So A.P. Parker will try the extra point with Brooks Jensen to hold. 2 for 4 on extra points, and that is a good snap. That kick is up, and he knuckled it and missed it to the left. I don't know if they need the running clock now, but it is 34-0. Did we say it's 35? It's nearing the end of the ball game anyways. 34 is the running clock.
Seconds?
No, 34 seconds to go. It's 34-0 as far as the score for Mountain Ridge, but we were talking, the running clock has been switched in high school down to 35 points now, right? So Mountain Ridge is at 34-0. Beckett Johnson as well as Trey Lockett back deep to return this kick of Austin Parker. Final moments of this ball game. It is 34-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. So the Gilbert Lightning on the far side in the powder blue uniforms. They'll be taking on the 12 and under Mountain Ridge team after this. Parker's kick, a very good kick here to the near side. They try to reverse. Johnson mishandled it. He's running for his life, Johnny Quinn Jr., and that blew up in their face. It was a good kick by Parker. They tried the reverse with Lockett here on the near side, and when they tried the little razzle-dazzle, Johnson wasn't able to handle it, and then once he picked it up, he started running to his right, but being chased all the way back and ended up stepping out of bounds back at the 6-yard line of the Bolts. That play kind of blew up in their face. So both games we've had today have been a little bit lopsided. Game 1, the 10 and under team, Impact, winning 37-0 over the Raiders AZ, and now in this ball game, the 8th grade junior Mountain Lions leading 34-0 over West Valley Bolts. Now they're going to move this a penalty against the Bolts. Delay of game half the distance to the goal. It'll be first down and 14 back at their own 3-yard line as Drayden Decker out of the shotgun. They hand off inside to Marin. He breaks free. It's a foot race on the far sideline, and he's finally taken down on the far sideline after a big gain. Gonna mark him down at the 42-yard line, unofficially a gain on the play of 38. Julian Marin with a big gainer. So Mountain Ridge trying to preserve that shutout, but this stage of the game, when you've got such a big lead, it's kind of easy a little bit to let your mind drift. First down and 10. Low snap, the handoff to Marin again over the right side. He's tripped up by Jarrell Gonzalez. Closing moments of this ball game, and it's 34-0 in favor of Mountain Ridge. That's the end of the ball game. So the 8th grade Mountain Ridge Junior Mountain Lions putting it on big time over the West Valley Bolts, 34-0. I'm Eric Anderson for Jeff Lowry. Back momentarily with the 1 o'clock ball game, which is the 12 and under Ridge